You guys know the deal on this channel by now. If I'm not looking at something I found on eBay, chances are it's something I found on Wish. And well, we're not looking at eBay today. Most of my content focuses on PC gaming, but if you're into that retro mobile experience, how cheaply can you do that? Well, obviously, one option is to run an emulator on your phone, but not everyone wants to or can even do that. For instance, if you're already running low on battery by the time you get to the end of the day, running an emulator isn't exactly going to help the situation. So I was sat doing what I do on most Sunday nights, browsing on eBay and Wish for deals. And well, I stumbled upon a listing for a games console that looked just like an old Sony PSP. So I couldn't not order it, right? Well, here it is, the cheapest portable console on Wish. Just like everything else I order on Wish, the exterior packaging made me confident we had a product of pure quality in front of us. Getting straight to the point and only listing one simple phrase on the front of the box: video games. So yeah, it's simple packaging. Just like Apple, one might say. A majestic package that leaves you sure that the product inside will be of high quality. Even looking at the back, we have so many symbols that scream high quality machine. We've got the EU CE marking, America's FCC marking, and my glorious home nation's accreditation service mark. I am confident that all of these logos are 100% legitimate and definitely not faked. Because, well guys, sellers on Wish would never lie, right? Well, let's get this unboxed and see what the beast inside has to offer. We're greeted with a whole host of exciting items inside. Let's start with the accessories. Charging cable comes with a free bonus cable tie. What's that? You guys like free bonuses? Well, you're in luck, because the earphones and AV cable also include free cable ties too, making my money back already on this investment. And hey, these earphones look just like the original Apple earbuds. Just look at that sleek design. I'm sure they sound just as good as the originals, right? Well, let's load up some copyright-free tunes and have a listen to these bad boys. I think we can all agree that was some seriously high quality tunes. I mean, wow, I really do feel like I was at a live recording of that. Okay guys, even I have started to get tired of all the obvious sarcasm. Let's take a real look at what's inside the box. Excluding the manual and accessories you get with the PSP clone itself, which, well, they actually refer to as an MP5 PMP. So that's probably close enough to PSP to trick the occasional parent over the Christmas period. Sorry you guys out there that did buy this by mistake. The MP5 standard was introduced by Chinese manufacturers to differentiate from MP3 and MP4 players. MP5 isn't a real thing. It's just a portable media player that is supposed to connect with the masses by using a familiar name. Models that connect to the internet have begun to also use the MP6 tag. So let's take a look at the features of this device, because let's remember, this thing only costs £15. So what can the Chinese manufacturing behemoths cram in for that price? Well, surprisingly, we get 8GB of onboard storage, at least according to the sticker on the back of the box anyway, partly used up by the operating system, if you can really call it an operating system. But if we take a look at the storage levels reported in software, we supposedly only get 6.5GB of total space, 127MB of which is being used presumably by the OS and games. More on that later. We do have a slot for a microSD card, however I am unable to confirm the maximum storage it will allow, but my 128GB microSD card did seem to work, but I can't quite confirm it. Believe it or not, there is a built-in speaker to this device as well, which granted does sound awful, and you definitely shouldn't use it, especially in public, because, well guys, let's face it, the people on the bus with you won't exactly be impressed when they can hear 8-bit Mario blasting out on their morning commute. But the biggest surprise for me was that they included a camera. Obviously it's awful, possibly worse than that on my Nokia N75 that I was sporting back in 2010. But either way, you do have a camera attached to this. Though, maybe best not to use it, as, well, just look at the sample pictures on the screen, and that should tell you why you should probably avoid using this camera. Apart from that, what exactly does your £15 investment get you? Well, the tools folder comes equipped with all sorts, including a calculator and an FM radio. However, I would strongly advise against using any of the tools in this folder, as they are all either far too difficult to actually practically use or get any value from, or they just didn't work at all. I would imagine that there isn't actually an antenna hidden inside of this machine, hence the lack of functionality on the FM radio tool. If you're wondering how to access all the photos and voice recordings you produce with this PMP, well, you can connect it up to your PC via the included charging cable. And wait, what's this? Sample content? Oh yeah, let's take a look. First folder, ebooks. This is a little bit creepy, but hey, I guess I'm technically in there. Good boy, little Robert. Music. And oh boy, this thing comes with some quality music. Shalala by the Vengaboys is now my #1 played song because wow, this is a hit. In fact, fun fact, this song was actually banned by the BBC for, well, reasons that will be clear when you click the link in the description to go watch it. I really wish I could play the song here, but, well, I'd likely lose my monetization. Strolling into the pictures folder, we have some juicy sample photos that were included for our viewing pleasure, as well as all those high-res pictures we were taking on our camera. However, my favourite part of all is that the trailer for the film Madagascar is stored as the test video in the video folder. So even if the world does come to an end, we will still be able to watch a copy of the Madagascar trailer that has the audio out of sync with the rest of the video. But the part we all care about is the gaming part, right? Well, this console is advertised as including 3,000 free games. Well, remember what I said about Wish sellers not lying? Well, I was lying. There is not 3,000 free games on here. There are roughly 100-ish games that loop around until you get to that 3,000 mark. Just the same games on repeat over and over and over again. On top of this, it would appear that the games don't come from a legitimate source. But granted, every single one of us saw that coming from a mile away. However, strangely enough, it would appear that despite all the effort they've gone to sourcing these games, they've actually just been ported from arcade machines, as my PMP tells me to insert a coin to play the games. And well, as far as I can tell, there aren't any slots for me to insert any form of currency. So what is it like to play games on this thing? Well, I have to admit, I did enjoy using this for a bit of gaming on my way to uni last week. Playing Mario was indeed fun. But as the novelty wore off and the realisation that practically every game on this device was, well, naff, any game that was worth your time is probably one of the 12 that are included on the homepage. Super Mario, Crash Bandicoot and Battle City were among my favourites that this PMP came with. Now, I would like to say that the experience using the TV output was a big improvement over the tiny little low-resolution screen. But the scaling, combined with the fact that the included cable was so short that I had to sit less than a metre away from the screen, made this an incredibly uncomfortable experience. So how about we wrap up with my final thoughts on this Wish video game console? Well, surprisingly, it's actually not too bad value for money. If you're looking for a portable games console that lets you play games with mediocre battery life, then sure, this isn't a terrible pickup. But I really wouldn't recommend this for anything other than those features. If you want to use it for anything else, it's a big thumbs down. So surprisingly, yeah, I suppose for the first time on this channel, I'm actually recommending a product sold on Wish, provided you only use it for the couple of games it includes. If you guys did enjoy that video, then be sure to hit like and subscribe, because this is my first video in quite a while that hasn't been based on computers or PC hardware. And hey, I keep mentioning it, but I do have a Discord server now, so be sure to go and join that to discuss anything tech related with the rest of the RMD tech community. I cannot wait to see you guys over there.